So there are the provisionals as per race director Kyle McGowan as we take a look at the lineup shoot. We will show you the Masters B feature lineup, B main lineup, and it is led by the below 30, Doug Sheldon from Anchorage, Alaska, with Danny Carpenter in the 37 to the outside. Steve Garreau from Wyerton, Ontario, and Daryl Buckingham from Calgary, Alberta, all Canadian, row number 2. Ty Torkelson from Alaska. Shane Sawin in the number 1, and I believe Shane had a very interesting heat race yesterday. Jeremy Lang, Josh Ayers, Michael Vanderlip, Greg Earhart, your scheduled top 10 starters, with Giles Martin, Chris Thompson, Casey Traxler, William Evans, Aaron Flett. Scott Anderson had a dismal day yesterday. We'll line up 16th, Gene Traxler, Jim Smith, Dennis McMullen, and Scott Jansen.
So everyone on the outside, fill the gap, tighten it up.
So we do have some drivers that didn't have the greatest of days yesterday that are going to try to make their way in through this B main. If you're watching us on Facebook, welcome in to the Bullring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is the Masters B main. These crazy old men had, some of them had a crazy old day yesterday trying to get themselves into their Asphalt Nationals feature. We'll see if they play nice over 25 laps. You can see all the racing action today at uslegendcars.tv. We still have 4 national championship features to come for Legend Cars. We got some Bandoleros here as well. Glad you're with us. Drop us a comment down below. Let us know where you are tuned in from, and hit that share button. Let your friends know you're watching some racing as we go green flag racing. Oh boy, green flag flies. Torkelson. Yeah, that's not going to fly.
Yellow. 44, I don't know where you think that's acceptable to do anywhere you race at, but it's certainly not acceptable here. Go back in front of the 44, get your position. Right back up 2 by 2. Come on. Let's go. Starting lineup. Get there. Let's go. Lights out, coming to green.
Well, that was an interesting restart. Interesting start. Let's try that again.
Until you get to that start-finish line.
Doug Sheldon in the below 30, going to lead this field to green. Masters B main will take the top 4 and move them in to the Asphalt Nationals Championship feature for the crazy old man. Green flag flies, and we're underway for 25 laps. Sheldon and Carpenter in front of the field. Steve Garreau to the inside, looking to pick up the transfer spot. Daryl Buckingham, the third car in on this lead battle, as Bucky goes to the inside, and he'll look to pick up position number 2 on Danny Carpenter. The driver from Calgary moves to position number 2. Garreau moves to 3rd, and Carpenter moving backwards. Torkelson. Oh, and around goes the 44 in front of the field.
Yellow. Already called. The 31 will retain his position.
So the 31 after the fact sends it around. Very interesting opening couple of laps for the Masters competitors. Once again, if you're watching us on our live look-in, welcome to Las Vegas. We'll take a look at the replay. Watch your 37 car to the outside. Was on that outside, little contact right there. And, oh, Carpenter trying to get by it on the outside and could not avoid the spinning of 44. So right here, not a whole lot of room for those two, and right there. One more look at it here for you.
Zero up 2 spots. 00 up 2 spots.
So there are some folks there that are looking over some phones, having some conversations. It's a GE over there.
11 00 10. 11 00 10.
And there's the mountains in the back as well.
31 of Barton.
Beautiful.
Then
Beautiful destination, beautiful area to host Asphalt Nationals.
You're up behind the 71. Greg Earhart, you're up behind the 71. You spun after the caution was out. You need to go up behind the 00. This is your last opportunity to do it. 10. Up 3 spots, 10. Up 3 spots. Earhart, I don't know what you're doing. You're up behind the 71. Get there. If you're going to the hot work area, get up and get out. I want to go
that guy's
racing.
Looking forward to seeing some racing here. We have tracked down that is a relative of producer Tony Stevens. We're not sure what side of the family it's from, but that is a relative of Tony Stevens on the screen. Want to say hello to Legends Nation watching from Texas.
There's no time for the
anyone want to do an
drivers.
over-under on
correct.
how many times Kyle says yellow? That high number,
Double it
Sticks.
up.
High
Let's go. Double
number.
up.
At least in the first 2 races that we've seen today. Hopefully when we do get
Stay
to
right there. Double it
the A-Mains, the national championship races,
up.
these
Grab the outside.
drivers
Double
are going to
zero.
put on a show. It's been a show
There we
already
go.
so
Come
far.
on.
You're going to want to head to
You're an outside car, not an inside
USLegendCars.tv
car.
to see all the racing action as Kyle McGowan talks to the drivers. Top 4.
Yellow. We're not going. We're not going. Guys, we can't double up. After the 31, then it should be 28 on the outside.
So once again, drop a comment down below. Let us know that you're watching. Let us know where you were
Cars on
tuned
the
in from.
inside, Then the next car goes to the outside. Inside
Hit that
out.
share button and let your friends know you're watching some racing. Want to say hello to Joe Harry, who's
Number
watching
green,
from
next time by. Lights out,
Yarmouth.
number green,
Brooke
next time by.
Johnson, Jody Frazier. Jody's got himself a legend car. He needs to get out at a couple of these events. David Hickens watching from beautiful Prince Edward Island. I believe they're getting ready for an awards ceremony this evening. And Craig McKay watching from Cape Breton Island. So good to have you along for the ride as we get ready to restart this Masters B-Main. We'll take the top 4 and move them ahead.
Drop under the tail, that's fine.
The 30 of Doug Sheldon, the driver from Alaska, to the outside. Daryl Buckingham from Calgary, Alberta, going to see the green flag. Anxious moments down into turn number 1 as these 40-plus age group drivers. There's a little more contact there. That's the 71 of Ayers, the red 71 on the back bumper, the H2O. Steve Garreau looks to the inside in the 08. That is now a battle to transfer as Michael Vanderlip. Vanderlip started in the back half of the top 10 and now working to position number 5 with the 11 of Jeremy Lang right there, as well as a little bit of a checkup just outside the top 5. Top 4 are single file with Ayers looking at Daryl Buckingham for position number 2. It's all behind Doug Sheldon. Sheldon leads him down through 3 and 4. 4 laps completed this time as Daryl Buckingham begins to look at the lead spot. That is the battle for the top spot. Down the back straightaway, the below 30 is Sheldon. The H2O of Buckingham. And Ayers right in behind. Battle for transfer. Give it to the 00 of Vanderlip. As the black and green 00 moves to position number 4 and leaves Steve Garreau and the rest of the field to fight for 5th on back. The battles throughout this field, the battle for the lead once again begins to intensify. Daryl Buckingham trying not to freeze his water as he goes to the inside of the below 30. And Daryl Buckingham to the top of the board. The H2O leads the below 30. Ayers in 3rd, and then we got a change for 4th. Steve Garreau moves to that 4th place position and now has Jim Smith to the inside. Smith puts the 28 car to the bottom side, and Smith will pick up position number 4. Garreau falling back. The 31 of Giles Martin picks up a spot, and from the back of the field, here comes Scott Anderson. Little shot in the shorts to Garreau in the 08. Anderson was fighting some throttle issues on the first 2 days of this event. There's no throttle issue there by the looks of it. He goes to the inside of the 08. Plenty of power there to pick up position number 6. Anderson trying to get to that top 4. He is on a mission. He's got Giles Martin just ahead of him. And then your transfer car is at black and yellow, number 28 of Smith. There goes the 32 again of Anderson. This is the battle for 5th, as Anderson will pick up the spot. And now, look at the 28 of Jim Smith for what would be the 4th position and the final transferee to Asphalt Nationals for the Masters competitors. And there goes the 32. So Scott Anderson picks up that 4th place position. Yeah, he wants more. Goes to the inside of Josh Ayers and will dispatch the 71 back to the bubble position. And Smith going to try to track them down. Giles Martin in that white number 31 at the tail of this field. Little pack here trying to get one more, and the 32's on a mission. Scott Anderson to 2nd. Makes the move on Doug Sheldon as Buckingham puts a lap on Jansen to put the 8 car a lap down. So the 8 car is 1 lap down in the second half of this Masters B main. Ten laps to go for Bucky, but he is going to be joined by the 32, and the 32 of Anderson makes it look easy. New leader, Scott Anderson, as he will go to the top spot. The driver from Texas picks up that position. Buckingham now in 2nd and kind of has a little bit of breathing room on this battle right here. This is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and if you can include the 30, below 30 of Doug Sheldon, who slipped back to 6th. So Ayers holding on to 3rd. Jim Smith in the 28 in a 4th, and then the 31 of Giles Martin has to find a way to get around at least one of those cars to transfer in. '28 of Smith, your 4th place driver, trying to hold on to that transfer. Giles Martin in the white 31 needs one more, and it looks like Jim Smith might want a little bit of insurance as he is on the back bumper of Ayers. 71 of Ayers leaves that door open for Smith to the inside. Smith flashes the bumper down below. Can he get to the inside in turn number 3? Tries to pedal that thing, almost a little bit of contact. It got close down in turn number 4. And now Smith under fire from Martin. Smith, black car, is your 4th place driver, your final transferee if he can hold on to it. Up in front of the field, it's all Scott Anderson. Best battle on the racetrack is this battle for position number 3. As Smith will look down to that bottom side of Ayers. Can't get that run down into turn number 3. As they battle, it's closing in Martin. It's closing in Doug Sheldon. Little slide for the 28. And Giles Martin goes to the outside. Takes that look. And oh, by the way, here comes Doug Sheldon. Sheldon was in a transfer spot earlier, trying to get a little more out of that RGR prepared race car to get it into the feature contest. 2 laps to go for the field. It's all Scott Anderson and Darrell Buckingham up in front. The battle for 3rd on back remains a battle between Ayers, Smith, Martin, and Sheldon at the white flag. Look at the 31 to the inside of the 28. Down onto the infield, down onto the apron. And here comes Doug Sheldon. 3 wide to the inside. And Doug Sheldon trying to pick the pocket and pick up a transfer spot. Anderson is your winner. Who's it going to be for 4th? Across the line. And Doug Sheldon unofficially picks up 4th.
Checkered flag.
What a show.
32. H2O 71, -30 in on transfers. 32 H2O, 71 -30 in on transfers, 44 Corkelson, 11 Lang, 00 Vanderlip, 31 E Earhart, 10 Thompson, 13 T Traxler, 98 Flett, 28 Smith in on provisionals.
What a race that was. If you're on Facebook and you're on our looking, we were only going to show you one B main, but that was fun. You want to see another one? If you want to see another one, drop a comment down below. Let us know that you're with us. That was an exciting finish for position number 4, and we got the best drivers in all the land, the Pro Division, coming up at you.
All right, roll pros.
I want to say hello to Ernie Ludwig, Luke Loveland, Terry Lynn, Emma Eckerd, Sharon Nadeau, Troy Lindemeyer. I know he was cheering on the Alaska drivers there, and I'm sure he's on the edge of his seat after that move by Doug Sheldon. This is the Pro B feature lineup. Jonathan Mowini going to line up in the pole position. These are the scheduled starters, by the way. Some of these drivers may have had a tough sled yesterday during qualifying, so we'll see who comes up at us. Devin Clayton to the outside, Robert Zub, Cole Brown, Colton Crocker, Kyle Lang, Gabe Sessler, Dirk Henry, Chris Justice, Tristan Corcoran in the 56, Martin Gadzoulis, Joe Decker, Gerald White, John Zaretsky, Dustin Tilbury, Caleb Bradley, JT Kinney, Marissa Salmon, and Levi Jones, your field scheduled starters for this one. Randy Miles wants to see one more. Sharon wants to see one more.
All the way through, let's tighten it up.
Jennifer Brassfield wants to see one more. She's watching from Nashville. Atlee Dixon is watching. Carl Tracy's watching from beautiful Newfoundland. Thomas Hibbs is over at the strip watching drags and legends on Facebook. Well, when you're done over there at the drag strip, come on over and join us for some legend car racing. We will remind you as well that once this race is completed, we will do a 25-minute-ish. There's the gift shop over there near the drag strip. We will do a 25-minute or so lunch break so we can get ready and locked and loaded for the feature contests after. So perfect opportunity to head to uslegendcars.tv to see all the racing action, and I guess they haven't told us no, so I guess we're going to show you this on Facebook as well.
Coming to green, lights up, coming to green.
Producer Penguin in my ear says he's feeling happy today, which is surprising considering how his hockey team is doing this year. Tony Stevens has spent $10 at pinball so far on his trip. Just the fact for everybody that he wanted everybody to learn and know today. Pro Division B main, top 4, 25 laps. Green flag flies, and we're stacking them up on the front straightaway.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
Well.
4, everyone, just stop. Stop. Red flag, stop.
That was not the greatest start in history. That would be Caleb Bradley in the 25 that gets stacked up in that one. Let's take a look at the replay. The 3 car of Henry doesn't get going by the looks of it there. Watch the black 3 car right there. Misses a shift, something. Corcoran gets into the back and nowhere to go for those drivers behind. And a tough break for the 86 in that one as well. Joe Decker. We'll take another look at it from over in turn number 3. Watch the 3 car right there. Check up on the outside, and they get all stacked up in behind. I believe that's the 51 of Zaretsky that I think might have got a little small piece of that, but could have been a lot worse. This 51 right there gets that contact from in behind. Bumpers flying. Fenders flying.
25 of the 2 caution cars. 86 and 25 of the 2 caution cars.
And we're going to show it to you as it comes right into your screens.
To the front stretch, and we're going to get doubled up. When I call your number, come out of line and get doubled up. LFN 77 out. 12 LFN 77 out.
Want to say hello to Katie Tatum, who is watching from Cordial. Let's go Riley Hutchins. The Bando feature will be the first thing coming up following the lunch break. And those bandoleros put on quite the show here this week. Pam Keith is watching. Eugene Reynolds from Riverhead. Brent Folsom watching from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Had a great time there a couple of weeks ago for Road Course World Finals. Johnny Lopez is tuning in from Northern California, rooting for the JD Motorsports crew. So once again, if you're with us, drop us a comment down below. Mark Maxwell is watching.
You look good right there.
Steve Pickett is watching. Good to see them with a legend car this year doing some laps around.
We'll come back next time to want to go. Next time we're staying yellow for a lap.
And I see Joe Harry and Gaston are watching from beautiful, just outside of Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Beautiful countryside if you've never been down the East Coast. As the field will roll behind the pace car. Track Services still on the racetrack inspecting everything out there. Now, our weather spotter, Anthony Steffens, says there is a nice breeze down the back straightaway.
And
the director, or the, as he calls himself, the Purdue-ser, Andrew Purdue, says that the weather rock is also dry. We don't have the graphic ready to go, but we can tell you that it is hot, it is dry, and there's a light wind. That is the weather report from U.S. Legend Cars TV. Stay tuned for later. We may have a dad joke or two from Bubbles Bronson as we get ready to send this field back off. Pro Division, 25 laps, top four, pace car in, green flag in the air, and we're underway. They funnel it down into 1 and 2. Mawini will pick. Oh, hello! Big trouble!
Red.
Big trouble in turn number 2.
Out, red's out, stop. Red's out, stop.
So we have a slight parking lot on the back straightaway. We will take a look at the replay here. See what we can digest. Watch the middle of this pack right here. 77. Oh, it starts on the outside of the front row. So that is the 77 of Devin Clayton. Might have had a little bit of help from Cole Brown. Kyle Lang behind. And watch the 3 car up here. The 3 car gets sideways on the back end of that one. A couple of hard hits there in the middle of the pack. And that will put us under the red flag. And we'll take one more look at it here. And we got a couple of drivers here that just barely got through that. The one of Solomon, and I think there's one more here that just barely makes it through this incident. 91, nowhere to go. Watch this 18 car right here coming into your shot. To the inside. The C's part. The 17's coming down the racetrack. Jones in the 92 skirts by on the inside, and the one at the very end gets by it as well. Take a look at the 18 from this angle, too. Nowhere to really go here. Fenders flying. Just picks that hole and gets through it. And there's more cars spinning down to the inside. The 66 of Sessler. The 3 of Henry. And the 3 is still pointed the opposite direction as we sit under red on the back straightaway. We got a couple of flat toes being handed out. One more here. So the pros getting a little bit antsy. Early in this one is the 86. Flying back to the pits. We talked about this venue being multi-purpose. The road course is behind us. We had Road Course World Finals there a couple of years ago. This is they have all kinds of different classes, all kinds of different cars out here on this track day. As one of the GT2 cars in this track day goes down the back. Another one of the GT2 cars way up ahead of it there going down onto the right-hander. Lots to do here. Obviously, NASCAR was at the big track last week. There's some drag racing going on. NHRA is here for Nevada Nationals next weekend at the Strip. Dirt track here. Dream Racing has their driving experience. And then we are here at the Bullring for Asphalt Nationals. So lots to do, lots to watch. Road Course World Finals was fun here a few years ago. I think it was 2018.
Pull up to just at the entrance of one, and we'll get them lined up behind you.
And with SEMA in town here, I believe next week this place is going to be a hub as well for some automobile action.
38 in, 38 out.
As the field gets realigned.
5.
Mike Adams is watching from South Carolina. Darlene is watching from Lakeland, Florida.
If you're going to the hot work area, you can go.
And there's another car, kind of almost looks like a late model. James Seagroves DeCourcy watching for Carson Hayslip Racing, and it's a three-way battle in that national championship. So keep your eye on that one later.
Take it to the pits.
Kenneth Andrew Burns is watching, cheering on Gabe Sessler. Tyree Brown, former Las Vegas pro. And that one is used up as Kyle Lang will get the help back to the pits. Glenn Mitchell watching for Joe Ryan headquarters in Mooresville. They wouldn't take me to Vegas with them. Well, something like that. Joe Ryan's team did fairly well yesterday. Keelan Harvick winning the Young Lions Race of Champions presented by MPI. We had Austin McDonald up here yesterday with us for the Pro Race of Champions. Keep your eye on that Joe Ryan team. Well-prepared race cars back there. They've got a couple of bullets in the chamber for later on. Tyree Brown, this is the greatest. I didn't know this was produced so well. Well, we thank you for that one, and we've got some more racing action to come later on this afternoon, obviously, with the Asphalt Nationals, and then Dirt Nats coming up here in a few weeks' time as well, November 9 to 11 at Fayetteville. So if you go over to uslegendcars.tv and you renew or you join in on the subscription, you also get Dirt Nationals later on with the monthly subscription, November 9 to 11. Practice day is Thursday, and we will be live on Friday and Saturday with your subscription to uslegendcars.tv at Fayetteville Motor Speedway in North Carolina. So once again, the Asphalt Nationals racing for INEX Open to any competitor worldwide. Best 18 finishes plus one national qualifier in Asphalt Nationals, or Asphalt Nationals is the way that you accumulate your national points, and the national feature counts as your tiebreaker. So we mentioned some of these divisions are really close in points. That will be your tiebreaker if we do need one later on. And I know a couple of those pros were talking earlier. Well, what's the tiebreaker? You know, if I get these many here, get these many points here, what do I have to do for a tiebreaker? This is the tie-breaking race. Jordan Dean is cheering on Kellen Dean. Richie Lamberson from Long Island, 860 Motorsports,
If you want the
cheering on the
outside, go
Morabito
there. If you wanna
boys.
start in the rear, you gotta let everyone
Kyle
by.
Lahr is
Your
cheering on
choice.
Gabe Sessler
Right
and
hand
Trayton
out the window
Tarr.
if you're gonna start in the rear. 10-4.
Chris McMullen watching. Nice to see the sun. It's a beautiful day here as the 11 rejoins us. Oh, and we finally have the Anthony Steffens official weather spotter weather report. 88 degrees, humidity's 15%. That is, according to the checkered flag, that is a slight wind at west-northwest, sunny and clear, and the weather rock is dry.
11 on the tail on the inside lane.
Jennifer Wilcox is watching from Timberley, Nova Scotia, cheering on Caden Tufts.
Speedy dry on the backside. You'll see it. Put your tires through it.
So once again, this is the final race on the look-in. You're going to want to head to uslegendcars.tv to see everything, and once this race has completed, we will have a about 20-25-minute lunch break before we do go back racing with the feature events. We have a Bandolero feature, and then we have our 4 Asphalt Nationals feature contests for the Young Lions, Semi-Pros, Masters, and the Pros. So there is your leader, Jonathan Mawhinney, or your pole sitter, because technically we don't have any laps in yet.
7, you'll be on the outside next to the 11.
The 05 of Zub, and there's the some of the drivers that have made their mark here at the Bullring and have gone on to success throughout the, obviously, Kurt and Kyle Busch, Riley Herbst, and Brendan Gaughan. Displayed on the back straightaway.
Drivers, this is a reminder. If you wreck your stuff now, you're not going to be in the A main. So settle it down. Let's get some laps in here. Settle it down. Let's get some laps in. 25 laps, none complete. Let's go.
Words of wisdom from Kyle McGowan as we get ready to bring this thing to green. We'll try this one more time. Jonathan Mawhinney in the 12 LF. Sees the green. Zub to the outside as they file it down into 1 and 2, and they scatter in behind. Through a little bit of the stay dry down to the back straightaway. Top 4, top 6 or so. Get single file, a little bit of contact out back. We stay green. Colton Crocker is on it in the 78 car. As you take a look at the 78, multicolored 78 to the inside as Zub as they battle for position number 2, top 4. Will advance. Zub tried the crossover that time, but could not get to the inside of Colton Crocker. And now Crocker looks up the road at Mawhinney for the lead position. Top 3 have broken away a little bit. Levi Jones in the 92 in position number 4. And then this little battle back in the sort of the middle of the pack or just outside. Oh, the 12 up the hill. The 78 had to take evasive action, and here comes the 05 of Zub. The pros getting everything they can. Levi Jones also a part of this battle as well. The 92 looks to the inside. 3 wide down the front straightaway. They're pulling out all the stops. Keep in mind, top 4 will advance, and these are your top 4 cars. And they've got that little bit of a gap back to that side-by-side battle for position number 5. We had Austin McDonald up here yesterday, and he chatted about the air around these race cars and the little bit of a draft that you can play with these race cars here at the Bullring. The 92 of Jones looks to the inside of Mawhinney for position number 2. So these drivers trying to break away towards the front of this field as Zub continues to hold court up in front. Jones in a second, Mawhinney in third, Crocker in fourth. And then it's a little bit of a gap back to 5th on back, led by the 04 of Cole Brown. These drivers, for the most part, don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse, but it looks like they have found a place to race right now as they continue to work around the Bullring. Great shot of the field as we got a battle for the lead, as Jones took that look on Zub for the top spot but cannot get there. Couple of West Coast drivers up in front of this one. And the 12 of Mawhinney sat on the pole, led this field to green, trying to look at the 92 of Jones for that runner-up spot. Top 4 have broken away from the rest of this field. Brown and Sessler a little ways behind in 5th and 6th, all by themselves, as they continue to work around the bullring. Great run from Jones at a turn number 2. Points it to the inside. New leader, Levi Jones. As Jones picks up the top spot and Zub right on the back bumper. Down into turn number 1. The 92 gets that launch and gets a little bit of breathing room. Little bit of space between those bumpers as they race down the back straightaway. Closing in on the halfway point in this one. 12 completed. This time by 13 laps to go as they continue to put on a show for the top spot. Those are your top 4 on your screen. They have built the advantage back to 5th on back. And it looks like they continue to inch away just a little bit from Brown and the rest of the running order. Jones continues to set this pace halfway home. 13 completed and 12 laps remaining in this Pro Division B main. We will take the top 4 plus any provisionals that are in this field and move them in to the Asphalt Nationals feature coming up there. They are 35 lap features later on this afternoon. If you're watching us on our look in, be sure to head to uslegendcars.tv to see all the racing action this afternoon. And we've seen some intense racing so far. We've seen some spirited racing, and we are going to continue to see that throughout as the battle for the lead begins to heat up again. Zub trying to put some pressure on Jones. They're going to come up on Corcoran to put the 56 car 1 lap down. That is your 16th place car. And actually taking a look at it, the 56 just rejoined the racetrack a few laps ago. So the 56 will go another lap down, currently being scored as 14 back. So maybe trying to shake that car out, see what it has after that little melee on the back straightaway. Look at this run by Zub. Look to the inside. Jones had to throw it into turn number 3 to get ahead of the 05. Keep your eye on that battle for the lead. Mawhinney in 3rd, Crocker in 4th. Little sideways for Crocker that time in the middle of 1 and 2. Zub continues to get that run out of turn number 2, but nowhere to put it on Jones in the 92. All 4 of these drivers, should they finish where they are, they would transfer in. Just a matter of where they will start. We locked in the top 20 from qualifying day for each of these divisions. And now the 05 is up, trying to take away a B main win. Is very strong out of these corners. The 92 of Jones right there, you see it. The 05 gets that run, has that power, puts it to the inside, but can't do anything with the 92. The 92 with Jones leaves that hole open for Zub, and they'll be wheel to wheel with 4 laps remaining in this one. New leader, Zub. Oh, boy, in behind. That's the battle for 3rd. Is Crocker going to pick it up? Mawhinney was a little sideways and crossover back to the inside. Mawhinney picks up 3rd. Crocker goes back to 4th. Up in front, the 92 of Levi Jones to the inside. Will pick the lead back up here on lap number 23. Zub, little shove down the back straightaway, right tucked up tight to that 92 with 2 laps to go. 2 laps remaining in the B main for the Pro Division. Zub gets that run, points it to the inside of the 92. Can't get there. The 92 sails it on in, goes a little bit wide, allows Zub to the inside of the white flag. Levi Jones trying to make it happen one more time. Can they get that run down the back straightaway for the final time in the Pro B main? And the 92 sails it on in, but can't get to the back bumper. Looks to the inside, and Robert Zub will pick up the win in the B main. Levi Jones, Jonathan Mawhinney, Colton Crocker, your top 4 to transfer.
78 advance on transfer. 05, 92, 12 LF and 78 on transfer. 33 Lane, 66 S Sessler, 51Z Zaretsky, 25B Bradley on qualifiers.
So that will do it for B-Mains. That'll do it for our live look-in on Facebook. I want to thank you for tuning in on Facebook. Head to uslegendcars.tv to see all the racing action. We have 5 features to come. And as you heard McGowan, we get a little bit of time in between for a lunch break. So we see all those folks that are in the pit grandstands heading back, going to maybe find a bite to eat, stretch their legs a little bit. Pet the doggos back there, and we will come back to some racing action in just a little bit. If you're on Facebook, uslegendcars.tv, come on over and join us for some racing action. If you're on uslegendcars.tv, we're going to show you some highlights, some clips from earlier this weekend, some previous events as well, and we will be back with feature action. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching on our live look-in. These features are going to be exciting coming up. National champions to be crowned in the Legend Car divisions. Asphalt Nationals winners to be crowned here at the Bullring. And we've seen some wild racing in the B-Mains. We're going to see some great feature action to come. So if you're watching us on the live look-in, thank you for watching. If you're watching us on uslegendcars.tv, we'll see you in about 20, 25 minutes or so. Grab a bite to eat, refreshing your drink. This one's going to be good. We'll see you in a bit from the Bullring at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
And you are back to Citrus County Speedway for the INEX Winter Nationals Young Lions feature that will be coming up. Cooper Gall from Seminole